Hey, what's up, everybody? Dave from the band Angerbox here again on location at the Moose in Wally Ford on the deck with the guys from Rock the Mountains. That's going to be this summer.
Give it up, guys. We're going to put a hell of a show on for you.
Yeah, there we go.
Good stuff.
So I'm going to go around and introduce everybody a little bit. Barry Gillum here is helping us out, putting this festival together. Myself, Patrick Leedy, Harley Coon.
Hey.
What up? It's the brains behind the operation here. We're going to put on the most badass local festival this area has ever seen. It's going to happen this summer. It's hopefully going to be an annual, yearly thing.
We're going to try like hell to make it an annual thing.
All right, so this is a social. We're going to play some music, some local music, and talk some shit real quick.
Now, who do we got here?
This is Solo,
Yes, it is.
Harley Coon's band, featuring Dean Kramer.
Oh, is that the way it works? Harley Coon's
Yeah, this is Harley Coon's band, featuring Dean Kramer.
Okay, all right.
He's going to fucking love that.
Not everybody will be happy about that one.
Thanks for watching, Dean.
Oh, Jesus.
So, all right, I'm gonna let you talk first.
Awesome.
How did this become a thing? Rock the Mountains. Where did it start? In your eyes, like, how did you see it start happening?
Well, I got someone got in touch with me about helping Dig Deep one to do something, and then you got a hold of me and said I want to do something bigger than Dig Deep. I want to do something at Canal, and we combined them, and me and you started talking, and we started working on things, and next thing you know, it was like we're going to try to get every band, local band, to do this, and having an all-day thing, and it's actually blown up a lot more than I ever thought so.
It has, and I was actually throwing some ideas around with myself and shared a couple with Pat, shared a couple with Harley, and then I was referred your way that there was already something in the works. Maybe I should talk to those guys, and that was the show that you're referring to, Dig Deep. After I read into it a little bit, nothing was really happening.
No.
And I know that you wanted to be a part of something. Pat was on board. Harley was on board. So let's put a crew together out of this, put everybody on the same page together with the same goal, and everybody has a little bit of something they can bring to the table. So it was like, we have all the tools to use. Let's build something.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of freaking support.
Yeah.
A lot of support.
Absolutely.
Harley, you were kind of instrumental in some of the support that we got. Would you like to talk about, some of the sponsors that you were hooking up for us? Some of the vendors you're hooking up for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first call is always Mezzos, Dan Bowser and Bernie Nichols. They jumped on board and offered up a sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. And I reached out to some vendors. Jules Dyes. I've known Jules for a while.
I've been creeping her on Facebook, and
listen,
that stuff is pretty sweet. She caught my attention.
Yeah, she's got like a whole double space tent, and I swear to you, it's the best tie-dye stuff that I've ever seen. It is.
She's going to be set up on location in the booth, right?
Yeah, absolutely. She's going to be set up on location and all that kind, so.
Continue.
So, and then I also reached out to Queen City Creamery. They got involved as well, and they're going to have ice cream that day, so you can get lit.
Ice cream, beer, and music.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to be awesome.
What could go wrong?
What else could you want?
Right.
And they're sponsoring one of the stages too, right?
Yes.
They're a stage sponsor.
Yes.
And they're going to be set up on location dealing some ice cream.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
So, and to go back to how this whole thing started, Jimmy hit me up and he's like, "Hey man, do you know who to get in contact for this, and this?" And he's like, "Hey, wait," and I said, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm also thinking about doing this," and then it turned into all of us doing it together. Which ended up being great because my event was much smaller than the event that Jimmy imagined.
I kept telling myself, just like Wayne's World, if you book them, they will come.
Absolutely.
If you book them, they will come. And there was enough people ready and wanting something like this to happen locally that it kind of worked itself out. And the support that we've gotten from businesses, from bands, has been pretty awesome. It just lets me know that this area can support a legit music festival. And I'm pretty thankful that you guys are on board helping me do this. And it's not just helping me, we're doing it together. Pat, how did you get into the mix? You manage Angerbox and help us on the road and some of the stuff that we do. I knew this whole experience would help you grow with that. Plus, you're a doer, man. Any task we give you, whether it be an Angerbox, whether it be with the podcast, whether it be something with your vehicle, Pat gets it done for us.
Absolutely.
So I knew that Pat being a part of this crew, he's going to be a Kickstarter and help us get some of the shit done to make stuff, keep it rolling.
Yep.
So you helped out with some sponsors too.
Yes,
What'd you line up for us?
Timbrook Collision Center, where I work at, they was happy to jump on board. You know, it was a main sponsor.
Timbrook.
Global Truck Outfitter. Those guys there, they helped us out with a sponsorship, and so did Queen City Tire and Auto, Queen City Motors, where I used to work at. Those guys was happy to come on board too.
You know, I felt something as we were reaching out to sponsors, and honestly, we didn't really have to do much reaching.
Really?
Whenever they found out that there was something like this happening, they wanted to be involved. We didn't have to really ask for anything.
No.
So that's just something too that tells me not only are the people ready to see it, the sponsorship, they're ready to support it. So it's going to start out year number 1. We got to make it a success, but this is going to be an annual thing. We're going to keep growing and growing with it, and we're going to bring an economy to the local economy to boost everybody's business. Local hotels are going to love it because it's going to start out a local thing. We want to make sure everybody knows where its roots are, but this is also going to let people outside of this area know that we have some local talent here that we want to showcase. And yeah, we're going to hire in people in the future, but this year's all for the local community. It's what we can bring to the table. And I'm very proud to say the bands that we've got lined up. Man, there's so much talent going to be fucking strumming the strings that day, slamming some sticks. I cannot wait to see some of the bands that day.
Too,
2
right?
stages.
Yeah.
Dave, what are we listening to right now?
Tariffs of Jane.
Tariffs of Jane.
Who are here with us
They're in our
today.
studio audience again. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Always with us.
Yeah, this song's called Give Them Peace, recorded in Beyond Down Studios with Dave. I think it's a fucking banger.
Yeah.
And Tariffs of Jane will also be playing the Canal stage for Rock the Mountains. I haven't quite solidified all the lineups yet, but Solo will be headlining the Canal stage.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And Tariffs of Jane will be the band that plays before Solo.
Thanks, Josh.
On the Canal stage.
Sweet.
And we're just gonna
Thanks,
put
Josh.
we're just gonna put this out there. Like, I'm gonna be the guy who breaks the bad news. If you hooked up with Jimmy and you told him, "Oh, I can play in the morning, but I can't play at night," and all that kind of stuff, all that stuff's already been taken care of. Don't call and say, "Oh, we move things around," because that's not gonna fly.
That
that's
being
just
said,
how it's gonna work.
just to follow up on that a little bit, Tim Haynes, man, I never knew the kind of headache that you took on whenever you put the band blitz together. And
Oh my God.
This is probably the biggest show since the band.
honestly, like, it's a logistics nightmare. Which
Yeah.
we're ready for the problems. We're ready for the headaches. We want the task. But Tim, man, you put a lot of work into the band blitz, and we're seeing firsthand what kind of headaches you dealt with. And
But the respect we have for Tim Haynes is
Oh,
because you said to
absolutely.
me you wanted to bring a nonprofit into this, and I didn't hesitate. I said Friends Aware
Right away.
because,
Absolutely.
because
That's
Tim
the first
Haynes
thing I
does the
said,
band
too.
blitz every year,
Yep.
and we know what good that does as far as the money and everything. And they haven't been able to do it for 2 years.
It
And I
just
said,
made-
get a hold
Yep.
of Tim, and
it made sense. And, you know, Tim responded right away, hooked me
Yeah.
up with the right people.
Yeah.
Harley played a hand and get
All
me in
the
touch with some
proceeds will
people.
go to there, right?
And
Yes.
everything
All
that's
proceeds
made,
will
All
go
gate.
to Friends
everything
Aware.
made at
Yeah.
the gate,
Everything
they
at
have,
the gate.
they have a mission. Everything, all the gate sales will go to Friends Aware.
And that's awesome.
And just to add on to that, like, people think that Friends Aware gets the money and they spend it on whatever. All of that money that's made from the band blitz and from this event and that kind of stuff will go for the individuals. Whether they need, if somebody can't afford a new bed, if somebody can't afford renovations for
Right.
their bathroom, whatever, all that money goes straight to the individuals.
So, I want to stay on topic with the bands. Some of the bands that were selected to play were already kind of booked for the show that you were working
Right.
with. And whenever I hooked up with you, I didn't want to not include those bands.
Right, exactly.
So some of the bands that were added were already part of another lineup that was another show for that day. Those few bands, I didn't want to pull a show out from under them, so they still were on the bill. But we held a little contest on Facebook, and it was what bands, if your band gets commented the most, you will have a slot to play at Rock the Mountains. Which,
holy shit, did that blow up?
Yeah, which
Man.
is awesome.
Jesus.
First of all, there's a number of bands that had some fan support there. Appreciate anyone trying, the band's trying, the fans trying. It was cool to watch. I was getting everybody's notifications in real time.
Yeah.
My phone was going fucking nuts. But the two bands pulled in over 100 votes each, I think.
Oh yeah.
Blind Lane and Promising Leaf. So I made a few phone calls, and it was only supposed to be one winner, and I was pretty strict on that. Man, who am I to say, like, they had that much support? Obviously somebody wants to see him at Rock the Mountains.
Right.
So we made the call to throw them both on the bill. Let's spread the love. And we'll start with Blind Lane. Blind Lane's a pretty new band.
Yeah.
Yeah, their support was
They're
pretty
mainly
amazing.
all original. They're recording at Dan Stevens' studio in Training Higher Studios. Throw them a bone. Give those guys a bone. They haven't got to play any big shows yet, so they might get there and fucking rock this day. And you might see a passion moment out of somebody that's never experienced it, that he's just going to leave it all out there.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Chris Blaney I went to Dan's studio whenever we were miking. He was miking drums and all that kind of stuff, and I was supposed to go and help. Well, whenever I got there, Dan already had it all mic'd up, and he's like, hey, listen to this. And we might have changed like two things, and it was just the baffles in the room. It wasn't even mic placement or anything like that. They sounded great right off the bat. But then, like, I'm sitting down and I'm listening to their songs, and I'm like, okay, Chris Blaney, he's the guy who sings for them and then plays guitar. And Dan has a Jason and Grody guitar that, a Les Paul that Jason built for him, and he's like, hey, check this thing out. And I was like, I had listened to the recordings and scratch tracks and that kind of stuff. And then Chris sits down and plays the Jason and Grody Les Paul, and he's just like going ham. And I'm like, oh, okay, where'd this guy come from? You know what I mean? He's a hell of a guitar player. Dean's played with him as well. And then you listen to his singing, and it's like, okay, I see where you're coming from. You know what I mean? Like, I think
what excites me about the band, the band Blind Lane locally, I'm still a young guy compared to Dave here, but I feel like I'm a little bit seasoned now than a lot of the younger musicians out here. And those guys are young, and they still have so much to experience. And just to see them hungry and ready to play, and they're writing songs, recording. I'm excited for them to get out there, and I know this show, it's going to be a good opportunity for them to put it out there.
They've had far too little beer spilled on their pedals.
Right,
and I mean,
right.
That's just how it is. You go out and you play, and you get beer spilled all over your shit. There's Barry with his thing.
Vapeworks in Bel Air.
Vapeworks in Bel Air.
Sponsor of
Go
Rock the
there,
Mountains.
get your hides from them. The banana ice is fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're giving
Vapeworks in Bel Air.
shout-outs. Give a shout-out to LASHBAUGHs for sponsoring us every week that we have our podcast. And for the Moose for having us here. And if you haven't yet tried it, try Devil's Seed hot sauce on your wings, on your burger,
That's
whatever.
quality, isn't it,
I
Jimmy?
tell you what, I call it the devil's asshole because it's going to fucking burn my asshole. coming
Absolutely.
back out.
They tried that out whenever we were setting things up, and I didn't have any,
Holy
but
fuck.
from across the table here, I was able to smell it, and it opened up my sinuses so much that I felt like I already had some. So if you're gonna put Devils in the title, I think good name,
Yeah.
got your attention, understood.
If you like spicy stuff, give that devil's asshole a shot.
For sure. There's lots
Good
of
shit.
musicians here tonight.
Good shit.
Shout out to TARIFFS of Jane. Beyond Broken, that's the name
Cody
of
Callis.
Cody
Yeah.
Calps
Out
band.
there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Uncle Buck.
I
helping out today.
thought I seen John Zen walk in, but I'm not sure if he's
Oh,
here,
did you?
still here or not.
A little bit of Fender Ridge in the house.
A little bit of Fender Ridge, John Zen. John Zen, if you're still in there, come out
Josh
and say
Dietz.
hi.
Josh Dietz is here.
Josh
He's
Dietz.
very
Josh
accommodating
Dietz is always
too.
here, man.
Josh
He
Dietz is
lives
always here. He is.
He lives here.
Good stuff.
Josh, my brother.
So Pat, Another question about Rock the Mountains. And we're just going to shoot the shit while we're here and we have people watching. Some questions were being asked. Why does the Facebook event page say free?
I haven't figured that out. I mean, they changed some shit, and ever since I've been making different events for us, you can't change it. It says free, and fuck, it ain't free. Goddamn.
Please read the description, look at the flyers, pay attention.
Yeah, the new Facebook sucks.
Yeah, the new Facebook fucking blows.
It's not free. We're making some money,
Zuckerberg,
and we're
you're a
giving that
fucking
money to friends
douchebag.
away.
Yeah, and absolutely. Tickets, all the pre-sale tickets are officially sold out.
Sold out.
What was that,
That's-
2 days?
Yep.
Pre-sale sold out 2-3 days. Thank you to the Thirsties crowd. Thank you to LASHBAUGHS. People that have contacted me, Harley, Barry, Patrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You know, we
Chris
knew
Russell.
that we were going to move some tickets, but we didn't understand that 2-3 days, 300 pre-sale tickets were going to go just like that. And to be honest, we could have moved several more hundred in a couple
yeah,
more days.
Definitely.
Chris Russell from the, what is it, Bedford Road Event Center and
Let's pause real quick.
Tri-State
I
Computers.
can't wait for that RC track to open. It's going to be badass.
Yeah.
It's going to
well,
be badass.
he was all mad at me because I told him I'd probably have 20 tickets for him. Well, I got 30 and they were gone.
And he ended up coming to one of my shows.
Yeah.
And
I
Greg,
said, talk to Harley. He got more tickets than us because he was giving some to Mezzos. He might be able to hook you up. So
yeah, so I
Did
took
Mezzos even get their tickets, Harley?
No, they didn't.
That's how fast and crazy pre-sale was.
I
It was not.
apologize.
Mezzos was supposed to be one of our outlets for tickets. They never even got their tickets.
They were gone before they got there.
Yep. But that's
the
okay.
The last 2 tickets sold went to 2 people in Winchester, Virginia.
Awesome.
and I
So
will say this, because we are only allowed 2,000 people in, you better get there early because once
Well,
we
and
hit,
that's the other thing I wanted to touch on. Our tickets say gates open at 11. Aren't we supposed to start bands at 11?
Jimmy and I had this conversation.
if we are able to let you in any earlier than 11, we will try to do that.
I mean, I would say.
But music
10,
will
10
start.
o'clock. 10
Music
o'clock.
will start at 11.
but my whole thing is don't show up at 7 o'clock at night and think you're going to get a ticket because you're probably not getting
Yeah,
in.
you're
Oh,
probably
yeah,
not gonna get one.
And that's an all canal place thing with COVID and everything. So
Right.
With that being said, real quick, I have 2 tickets that I personally bought that we're going to give away. If you like, comment, and subscribe to these guys' YouTube channel at Angerbox Official, right?
Hell
I
yeah.
watch too, so I know who you are.
Angerbox Official. If you
Absolutely.
like, comment, and subscribe, we're going to put your names in a bucket, and Barry's going to draw the name, and we're going to give you those 2 free tickets to the show that night. And I personally bought them, so that way, like, there's no money going away from Friends Aware. There's no money going away from pre-sale tickets, anything like that. I bought them, and we're going to give those 2 away. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to Angerbox Official YouTube channel.
Punch that like button in the face.
I just punched Dave in
Click
the face with
bell.
my hat bill. I don't know if anybody saw that.
it's
But
I didn't see
it's
that.
pretty straight.
I punched Dave in the face with my hat bill.
But see, watch, I'm going to do the YouTube
Whenever
thing.
this is released on our YouTube page, look out for that. Dave got knocked in the face by my hat bill.
Jimmy, you do all the editing. Pay attention to this.
Yes.
Click right here to subscribe.
Right there.
And see, then you can
Right there.
then you can edit that
Ding,
thing in.
ding, ding.
So, we were trying to include as much as we possibly could into one day. And I didn't try to leave anybody out. I wanted to include everybody. We're bringing a whole nother fucking stage in. And it's not going to be some little chip chomp stage.
No.
It's going to be just as fucking big as the canal stage.
There's no second stage.
There
in this
is
event.
there is
main
no side
stage, no
stage.
second stage.
No.
There is no second
There's
stage.
2 main stages.
There's 2 main stages. So, to the bands that are watching, you're gonna have that experience. Don't worry about being stuck off to the side. Everybody's gonna have the same experience.
You're all
Absolutely.
rock stars of that day. And every day.
Coming from a musician like Jimmy and myself and old hamburger head over here,
Hamburger head.
Steve Buscemi. See, that was the code word that Mariah said. She said, say Steve Buscemi, because that's a joke that we have. Anyways.
Did she pick the word?
Well, I kind of was. She was like, "Hey, don't forget the code word right out the door." And I was like, "Steve Buscemi, I'm going to say it." And I was going to say that this show's going to be crazier than Steve Buscemi's eyes in that one Adam Sandler movie, but I couldn't
That's
work
all
it
of the
in.
Adam Sandler movies.
Exactly. But yeah, coming from a musician standpoint, the stage is both stages. I'll play either of them. I don't care. Like they're both.
We didn't take any shortcuts.
No, because the sound production on both stages is going to be phenomenal.
Yes.
It will be. And even the sound guys helping us out. I want to shout them out real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dean Rowley, Data Sound and Lights, is going to be running Canal Stage. He's going to have a crew with him that day. Everything that we've talked about, it's going to be different from Band Blitz because you're not going to be rushed off stage. Because there's 2 stages, there's going to be a little bit of a enjoy yourself a little bit as you're leaving your stage rather than pack up your shit and go. There's another band starting in 5 minutes. Well, the way we're going to do that is as soon as that band's done, the band on the other stage is going to start their set. That way that last band's not rushed and the next band coming in doesn't have to crunch time to get their gear set up. They have a little bit of time to think there.
Fellow musicians, you're welcome.
We care. We We're
We
one of
really
you.
do.
We're one of you. So, also tonight, Cody Kalp's here. Cody Kalp is going to be on the social as soon as we get this episode finished up. Cody Kalp's in one of the bands playing. Hellfire Empire. It's going to be their first debut show. Pretty excited for that. Awesome musicians in the band. Brett Downey fucking welling some pipes in the beginning. Cody Kalp playing guitar. Also,
Steve the Animal on the
Steve
drums.
the Animal.
Yeah, then you got
Steve Shannock?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
Chili
nice.
Gaga.
Steve
on
And
the
Chili,
bass.
that's cool.
Chili on the bass.
Nice. Chili?
Chili.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Hellfire Empire will be making their debut.
I heard
Oh.
a rumor, too,
Oh,
that,
what the-
that tonight Cody Kalp is getting his beard shaved
That
off.
was said to me too,
I
and
heard
you know,
that he was getting
I
that
hadn't
shit
seen Cody
shaved
Kalp in a
off.
while, and I saw his beard before I saw him.
It's
So-
all big.
It's potential. That was said to me too. So there's at least 2 people thinking
Last
that Cody
I
Kalp
seen
might shave
him-
his beard.
Last I seen Cody, he had just moved back to the area, and I ran into him at Walmart, and he was clean shaven, tight as fuck. And then he came in here today, and I was like, "Who is that bearded fucker right there?" There's Cody.
Oh, gotta love it.
Hey, before we're done, I would like to give a shout out to my sponsors.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We got In the Skin Tattoo in LaVale.
So
Tattoo.
real quick, In the Skin. I know he was all on board the sponsor. He's sponsoring one of the stages, but is he trying to be on location that day?
He is trying to be on location that day. He's trying to get it worked out with the health department, and we'll see how that works. He's going to be on location no matter what,
I
but he's going
promise.
to try to tattoo that day.
I
Hey, you know
promise
what we
I will
haven't
get
done
the
yet?
first tattoo.
He's the only one that
This
touches
is the
me,
social.
I
so
promise.
We haven't done a shot yet.
You're right. You're
What
right.
the fuck?
Hold
man?
that thought, Barry.
Okay.
We're coming back to that.
shots
We
are
need
always
shots.
important.
I dumped my shot into the.
I already drank mine.
This
Come
is the
on,
social you're
man.
watching. Please like, comment,
Will you
and subscribe. If you've got a drink in the air,
Put it up.
Put it up.
Put it up in the air.
Yeah.
cheers.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for watching the social.
I got a little bit of water.
Oh, you only took half the first time, didn't you?
That goddamn crown apple's good.
We got more episodes to shoot, Barry.
Yeah, I know you do. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors because most of them, you know, you go there. We got $100, $250, and a $500, and most of them I thought was going to be like, here's $100. Well, probably mostly like half of mine was like, we'll do the $500. It's been unbelievable once they hear Friends of Ware's involved and everything. So, yeah, I had no trouble whatsoever getting sponsors for this event. We
Yeah.
got KTK Moving and Auction Services. We got Fat Bottom Grill, which will be on location that day
I
with
can't
their
wait.
food
Get your
truck.
grub on. I stalk his Facebook pictures,
Yeah.
and God, they make my
Yeah.
mouth water.
Yeah.
And he also owns Vape Works in Bel Air. We got Western Maryland Collision. We got Cumberland Covenant House and Root. They are
On
on
location.
location
On
tonight.
location.
And we got Root Construction. We got the Steel Pony in Mount Savage.
Yep.
Bergmeyer's, who our bass player in TARIFFS, Jane, is his wife is like one of the bosses down there.
Very
so
nice.
not only did they do like a main sponsor, but they're also donating the dumpster for the
You
day.
hear that? We're gonna do our part in cleaning our trash up.
Damn right.
We dotted our I's, crossed our T's. We're gonna leave it better than we found it.
Right. And we also have, I got a hold of Josh with the Moose. Then he got a hold of Jimmy, and that came together. And
The Cumberland Moose.
And the Moose is going to be on location that day. Am I correct?
Full
Oh, yeah.
title sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate it so much.
So-
And you know, Josh mentioned it to me about setting the social podcast up here. I'm like, You don't even have to ask. Can we do that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So that was pretty awesome. Glad to have the support there. And just a reminder, it is Wing Night here.
Yes, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, Wing Night.
Usually there's entertainment.
Okay, I know LASHBAUGHs
We're
has
the
their kitchen
entertainment
sink.
tonight.
We are entertainment.
We are
We filed for a business license, and
Yes.
they asked us what kind of business you are. And we looked at each other. Entertainment.
Man.
But anyways, back to the Moose. I know LASHBAUGHs has those kitchen sink wings, and they're fucking great. But everybody has told me about this burger here called the fucking dump truck. The dump truck.
Pretty
It's
amazing.
got to be a ballsy burger if you're calling it the dump truck.
I've never got a bad burger here, so
I'm going to have a dump truck before we
As soon
leave
as
here
we're
tonight.
done, I'm going to get one.
I'm
think
waiting
so.
for the crawfish to be put on every week. Josh, make a suggestion.
I agree.
Mary, we're working on that, buddy. Also got to give a shout out to Sharon Burley from the Allegheny Medical Marijuana Dispensary. She called me and said, "Hey, nobody wants to work with me. Will you let me sponsor your event?" I said, "Hell yes. I will be there right after work." And she said, "People don't want to work with me because she thinks that, or people think that we're just sitting around smoking weed all
You know
day.
what?
That's not
I
what
know
we
exactly
do.
how she feels.
We
We'll
help.
work
We help.
I know somebody else too. But
Yeah, and when Pat sent us that message saying he had that in the works, the first thing I said was, "Are we really going to put a marijuana leaf on the front of the shirts?"
Hell yes.
So they provided us with a pretty badass teardrop marijuana flag
Yes, they
logo,
did. Yes,
which
they did.
I can't wait to slap on the front of the shirts.
Yes, they did.
Pretty proud of that sponsorship. Just saying, I'm a fan. I think a lot of our listeners are a fan. We support you.
Sharon, if you're listening, I think you need to hire this guy. This guy
You should.
needs to be working with you.
There's Barry again.
So we got to put together.
I do want to add this real
Okay,
quick.
go ahead,
All right. So
cut 'em off.
the whole premise behind putting this event together was part of it was bringing the bands together. For the past, let's be honest, for the past 30 years, I don't know, I haven't even been around that long, but for the past 30 years, the bands have been, they're playing here, so we can't play here because of competition, blah, blah. You know what? Here's the thing. We're never going to succeed as a music scene if we don't support each other. And Jimmy has been the leader in supporting bands. They share stuff. I saw where Dean shared Angerbox's list of stuff. Terrace of Jane is always sharing stuff. I share stuff. Drunk After Midnight, they're always sharing
Yeah.
stuff,
And Andy Alt, his crew came to Altoona to see Angerbox this past Saturday. Props to him. He always shares their stuff, and I try to share his stuff. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no,
Anybody's
everybody's
stuff. I try to share all the band stuff.
everybody's done with the competition thing. It's not about who's the best band, who's pulling bigger crowds. It's not about that. We're all out here. It's like riding a motorcycle, Doesn't matter what you ride as long as you're riding. We're all musicians.
Right.
We're all musicians. We're out here playing, having a good time. That's just the way that it is. So
and
I just feel like I needed to say that,
I think we forgot someone.
Go ahead, shoot us, man.
We talked about Dean Riley as our one sound.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit. We forgot Dana Kessner.
And First Due
Dana.
Productions.
First
First
Due
Due Productions will
Yes.
be on the stage that we're bringing
Yes.
in. And, I've had a lot of conversations with Dana. He's pretty thrilled and flattered to be asked. And he's going to put everything he fucking has into the sound on that
I know
on that
what
day.
I know what he's spent. Just as soon as he got called about this, I know what he's spent because he's our regular sound guy, and I know when he got the call, he was like, "Oh, I got to get this, and this." And
Well,
he's ready.
He's ready.
He's ready.
To ease your mind about that, July 3rd, Gabby, Angerbox's old manager, Gabby and Jeremy.
Yes.
We're having that party with them on July 3rd, and Dana was worried about that. So I told him, I said, Dana, I said, bring all your shit out.
Yeah,
Let's get it dialed in.
we're gonna do a test
for
run
July
that night.
10th. So I can bring
You
my
guys are
lights.
with us, right?
Yeah.
Terrace of Jane. Yeah, we're going up to Gabby's.
Because I
Yeah,
guarantee-
yeah.
Rocking the
guarantee-
house.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
We're all going to Gabby's. We're going to set up all Dana's shit. I'm going to help him get everything all dialed in. I'm going to bring my lights. He can work on his sound, and I'll play with my lights.
Because I guarantee Gabby and Hot Daddy will never be like, that's too loud, turn down.
Right. Not.
So we can test everything that night.
Yep.
That
No,
it's not a river. It's not a river party this year. I'm sorry.
But we are at the river together.
We will be at the river in August together, but
Yes.
this is July 3rd. This will be in Moorfield at our old manager Gabby's house. It's a private party. It is open. You just have to contact the bands about coming. But yeah, we're gonna test some gear out for Rock the Mountains at Rock the House.
Yeah, Rock the House.
Yes.
I like that.
Rock the house.
But that would be July 3rd, and it's just a little prep show for us for July 10th, Rock the Mountains. Also, if you would want to be a volunteer that day, I do have some spots open for volunteers. Reach out to us on Facebook. Let me know what you can bring to the table or what you would want to offer, and I'll let you know what I have in mind.
And I will give a shout out. It hasn't been set yet, but I think it's going to work out for us. I think A-Bait is going to work that day for us, so
Very
a
nice.
shout out to A-Bait.
Helping out on security.
Yeah.
Appreciate the support there.
Yeah, absolutely. A-Bait's a great organization. All their money goes to nonprofit, and they donate to people, and so
Right.
Nice.
Another thing, listen, I'm just going to be that guy this evening where Jimmy, myself, Pat, and Barry, we've worked so hard to put this together. If you show up and you're a dick and you're
Yeah.
trying to fight people and all that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
will be asked to leave with
this
no
is
refund.
This is about a
is
good time.
Yeah.
You will be escorted out.
Absolutely, and you won't be welcome back any other
You
years
will
because
not
I
be welcome
promise.
back, and if you show up at one of our shows, we will tell you to leave.
Absolutely, that
We
means
don't want that shit. We
Or
don't
help you
need that
leave.
shit.
Help
Yeah.
you leave.
However it goes.
I like,
we can help
I
you
like
leave.
helping.
yeah,
we
that
can,
means
we can help you leave. We don't have a
throw
problem
away
with
your
that.
trash. Make sure you throw away your trash if you have any trash. Please support the vendors. Yeah, exactly. Throw away your trash, support your vendors, spend your money, and please bring cash because I don't know that we're going to have an ATM available. So please bring cash
Yeah, I
because
don't know if
everybody's
there is an ATM down there at Canal Place or not.
everybody's going to be running
have to
on
look into
cash
that,
that
Jimmy.
day.
I will look into that. I think there might be an ATM on Canal Place, but seriously, the local vendors that will be there, I know cash would probably be a lot easier for
Yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Also, if you're coming that day, there's gonna be beer available on site. There's gonna be vendors available on site. We want to support the community, so
Yeah.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you can't bring any coolers.
Yeah. No coolers.
You can't bring any tents.
Bring your chairs. Bring your ass.
There's been a couple photographers that we're gonna have on location, so if you see somebody, they're working with us on this. Take my picture. I'm proud to be here. If you're there, take your pictures, post them on social media, tag the event, tag your friends, tag whoever you see, tag the bands, get whatever pictures you can because we want this to be visible everywhere. It's not going to be one of those shows where you can't take photography, you can't record anything. Fuck that. We want everybody to see it.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're out of time on this.
Awesome.
I'm glad that we got to have a roundtable discussion. Appreciate Dave for doing our audio because
he
we can't
didn't
do
talk
anything
much.
ourselves.
Yeah, David didn't talk much, but that's all right.
No.
Do it again, but
We might do this again before Rock the Mountains.
We will
but
be
is
doing
to
this.
give you a little idea about what's cooking for Rock the Mountains. It's going to be the best fucking time you have this summer.
absolutely.
Thank you for all the support we've gotten so far.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, all
Thank you
our
for the
sponsors.
pre-sale tickets. Thanks for all the sponsors.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Angerbox Official. There's 2 tickets that could be in your hand. Also, please comment below any questions you have about Rock the Mountains, and we will gladly answer those in the next podcast that we do. Like, comment, subscribe, click that bell. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for
Cheers, guys.
Harley, you need a job.
I do.
Thanks for watching the social, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.